Hello, I'm going to show you today a tutorial on how to make this apron. It's a beginner project and the pattern for it is available on my Etsy page. The pattern covers two sizes, small, which is adults up to about my height, which is 5'2", 156 centimetres, and adults taller than that. The reason being so that when it's full, it doesn't restrict movement by banging on your legs. It has very long ties, so the pattern does cover most sizes. So you can use it for gardening or housework. You can keep your cleaning cloths in it. I actually use mine for pegs. So I fill this with pegs and the pocket goes right the way through like that. So you can get quite a lot in it. Fill it with pegs means you can hang out the washing and get the washing in with your hands free. And you can also maybe put your phone in it if you need to, cleaning polish, etc, etc. So I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you've got any questions, send me a question via my YouTube page or via Etsy. First of all, you'll need to download your pattern and then select which size you want to make and cut out the pattern pieces for that size. Then sellotape them together and there's letter to match up so that you know where to join them up. Once you've done that, select your piece of fabric for the main part of the apron, and in my case, the one that I've got pictured, that's the blue fabric. Fold it in half to make sure that the grain line matches the grain line arrow on the pattern, and put the fold mark on the pattern on the fold of the fabric and cut out. You need to do that twice because each layer of the apron is doubled. Then cut the curve that you see there in the pattern and proceed to cut the next piece, which is in the one picture, that's the flowery fabric. You'll see that flower print fabric has a direction, so if yours does, make sure that it's facing the right way up. Again, you need to do this twice because you need two pieces the same. This is a good upcycling project, so you can use all the same fabric or you can use a different fabric to use up pieces that you've got. Next, put the two pocket pieces right sides together and match them up. And then pin it all the way around just the curves each side. So that's one curve and then the next curve. Then take that to the sewing machine and sew all around those curves with a 1 centimetre or ½ inch seam allowance. Back stitch at the beginning and end of those curves, then snip into the curves just up to the stitches and then turn this piece round the right way around and give it a good press. This helps you to have a nice neat finish. Next step is to top stitch those curves. So just use a 1/4 inch or ½ centimetre seam allowance, and that also helps you to have a nice neat finish. Next, get one of your main pieces and put it right side up. Mine doesn't have a direction, but that would be right side up. Then put your finished pocket section on top, line it up, and then get your other main part and put it on top. Again, that would be face down. Mine doesn't have a direction, but it would be right sides together. And then pin around the two sides and the bottom. Backstitch, sew it by backstitching of the ends and sewing all the way around with a 1/2 inch 1 centimetre seam allowance. Backstitch and then sew all around. Make sure you're going through all the layers. Stitch at the end. Just cut off the corners at the bottom corners just to help give you a neat finish there when you turn it around the right way. Take all the pins out and then turn this the right way around. Make sure you poke out the corners. Use a pencil or a pen or something just to give you a point there. And then you can give that a good press as well. Stitch all the way around there. Next, cut up your fabric for your ties. That needs to be 3.5 inches wide. Fold in 1/2 inch, 1 centimetre at the edge like that, all the way along at both sides. Fold in the end, both ends. Press that, and then fold the whole thing in half, wrong sides together. Press all the way along to the end. Next, mark the centre of the main part of the apron and the centre of your ties, and slide the apron into the ties like that, and then pin all the way along, and then start sewing at one end and sew right across the apron, right across the ties up to the other end, and your apron's finished. Hope you can enjoy this project, and if you've got any questions, please contact me through YouTube or via my Etsy page.